Right. How you all going? Jimmy from Heavy Mag with Crispy over here, and we've got Adam Thompson from Chocolate Starfish in the middle. How you going, mate?
Mate, I'm doing really well. I feel like the fairy godmother right now that I should grant you
Microphone?
I should grant you 3 wishes, whatever you would like. But let's save that till the end, shall we?
Yeah. Well, let's start here. So, like our last interview, I've done fuck all research again.
Yep. Well, I didn't expect too much more, actually, mate. And so it's Adam Thompson, right? Yeah, not Andrew Johnson.
This is Andrew Johnson. I got it right, didn't I? Did I say the right name?
No, you got it.
He's got you already, Jimmy. You haven't even started and he's already got you.
So, the good thing to start with is I haven't got my tassels that you promised me yet because you're still here with us. So,
Yep.
Good to see that. How's it been since coming from the boat to out here in the middle of the desert?
Well, a lot less water. That's stating the bleeding obvious, but it's great out here. Look, we love all the different festivals and big events we play, but out here in the bashes is something special. And you've been out here for a couple of days now, right?
We have, in the dust,
Yeah, so it is amazing. Like it's a city, and it's and I found out last night there were 14,000 here. The population of Broken Hill is only 17,000, so it's basically duplicating what is Broken Hill.
Except it's bringing us here, so it's better people.
way better. But we love it, and I'm not just saying that because the promoters, want to give me another gig, of course, every year.
You've done a few already, haven't you?
Oh, mate.
You've done 3?
Mate, listen, there's no party without punch, let me tell you. And, you've always got to have a little bit of chocolate just to tidy up the night, is what I say.
Yeah.
You're actually the first band we've interviewed before they played their set. So does that mean you got your shit together more than anyone else?
No, not at all. Just that I'm a bit of a prima donna, as you all know, before I get on stage, and there's a lot of work to be done to make myself look good, let me tell you, right? So as soon as we're done with this, it's going to be a 3-hour job to get Mr. Chocolate looking
you got to do your
stage
hair first.
ready.
Hair first?
His hair and makeup, right?
Yep.
Trail that baby on, and of course, just got to pluck all those little insistent hairs.
Like these ones.
Well, actually, I'm looking at this right now and I'm thinking, could I make a little merkin out of this?
That'd be great.
For those people who don't know what a merkin is, it's a
vaginal wig.
For people who are a little short on in the hair down in the nether regions. I can actually see my beard and your beard and my groin getting.
I'm not short on hair anywhere, so you can take something from wherever you want.
Mate, I'll do a harvest, right? We'll see what happens.
Let's do this.
That's his wife there too, by the way.
Mine's in the tent. You both should have notes and compare.
You basically come from the sea. We saw you last. You've been everywhere else, of course, but last 2 places we've seen you in the middle of nowhere in the sea, middle of nowhere in Australia.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere you won't play, bro?
Well, usually at home with the missus, actually, because that's kind of my safe space. So I just, all these people say, "Oh, he must sing to you every night." She goes, "He never sings to me at home." Right?
Is she happy about that?
No, look, that's why I bring her out to the gigs, because it's kind of like you got to switch it on, switch it off, and I leave all my energy for the stage, and when I'm home, I'm pretty, I don't know, I'm not going to say I'm normal, because that'd really ruin the reputation, wouldn't it? But, I'm probably more normal than the accountant that works for Deloitte, let's put it this way.
Yeah, right. I don't know who Deloitte is, but we'll go with that.
I'm after a sponsorship, mate. I'll throw any name in right now.
Deloitte, get at it.
Now, we all know 2024 is a very special year for Chocolate Starfish.
It is.
It's 18 years since you and I did our first interview.
18 years.
How do you feel, mate? Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Can you just remind me of that first interview?
I was in Cairns at the Cairns Post, and you came into the casino and you played a gig there.
Yeah.
And we actually got on quite well. I was supposed to come there and meet you for a drink, and I stood you up.
That was you?
That was me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 18 years since our first interview and 30 years since Chocolate Starfish.
Thing. 30 years since Chocolate Starfish came, guys. Like, how good is that, man?
Look, we're right in the middle of our tour, so this is a bit of a departure from the 30th anniversary tour, Best of Everything, which we're doing around the country. We're pretty much halfway right now, so you've caught us at a good moment where we've done enough shows to not be shit, but not too many shows that we're too tired to give you anything, So, it's a good time to have us, and it's a great tour. We're, I know Sarah Gilpin's seen it a couple of times, and she's pretty happy with it. Just name dropping as well.
Just making comments.
We do that too.
Yeah,
That's seem important.
You got it. Right. And like it's just good. We're playing, songs that we haven't played for 30 years, and also, the best of everything from the classic albums as well as all the Starfish hits. So it's a real full show.
Yeah. And like on that 30 years of achievement, bro, like, would you say you're more proud or more humbled by what you've done in your career?
You might say proud, you might say humbled, I might say neither. I'm just more stupid than I've ever been before, and I'm just out there on a limb, and anything's possible.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is the beauty of our band. We try to not make it predictable. Anything can happen on the day, and even today at Mundi Mundi, I can guarantee you there'll be surprises that I'll give the band that they won't even be aware of right now.
Yeah. Well, that was going to be one of my questions. Is over 30 years, like how much has the performance changed and developed, and what more is there to go? What more surprises can you give us?
Well, it's a very serious question. In fact, I'm actually going to say that's one of the greatest questions you've actually ever asked me.
Hey, right? I got a good one.
You got a good one in. No, look, it's all about evolution. It really is. As our band evolves, we're risk takers. With even doing those classic albums was risky because we wanted to make them Chocolate Starfish-esque, but we also wanted to be true enough to the sound of some of those albums. But even the last single we put out 3 months ago, which is the Candyman Blues, which we're going to do today a bit of. It's Roadhouse Blues riff with Sammy Davis Jr.'s Candyman over top. So it's a real hybrid thing that, I don't know, I guess just not every band would tackle and do something like that. We tend to do things that are a bit unusual and sink and swim.
I usually sing when I try that.
I think you did that one on the boat as the encore. But I think we were fucking off to get some food or something.
You were, but except on the boat, we hadn't even arrived with the... So, that's a great...
So two great
Another
questions.
one.
Two great
questions, right? He's out. Mate, if you can get 3 in, mate, I tell you what, I might even do another interview with you again. So when you saw it on the boat, it was just the traditional Candyman the way it was. And we actually felt on the boat that it wasn't quite right. So then when we worked out how to put the Roadhouse Blues feel and groove underneath it, it completely changed the vibe of it. So that's what I mean by taking risk. It's easy just to do a version of something the way it is, but I want to mix it up.
Yeah, very cool. Now, in that 30-year career you've had, bro, like, you've had more ups than you have downs, I guess, but what point of that career did you sort of sit back and go, like, this is pretty fucking cool, I reckon I can do this for a living? Yeah,
it's kind to say that, but, when you're, I guess, 6 degrees of separation removed, you probably see it as more ups and downs, but when you're involved in it, there's a shitload of downs, and a lot of those you don't get to see. There, a lot of those are behind closed doors, and even back when we had Zoran, our first guitarist who passed away, he and I fought like cat and dog, and we loved each other, but it was a dynamic relationship in that Jagger Richards kind of way, where we know we do great stuff, but getting that agreement on things is often hard. So there's been a lot of downs, but I guess the thing I'm most proud of is that now we can actually resolve those things by communication. I think when you're a bit younger, you don't have the capacity to be able to resolve them, and you sort of just respond out of ego. And now we respond from a point of love for each other first, and then the band, and then we usually can come up with a solution that fits everyone. It's the point where you come from.
Yeah, that was pretty deep, bro.
That is pretty deep.
Yeah,
I've dealt with band dramas much the same. I know what you're talking about.
We're getting his Lotus position right now. Let's all hold hands.
I'd say
So how have you found the actual industry change over all the years, and kind of the relationships in between that and the ego? Do you think ego has dropped a bit off for all artists as compared to... There seemed to be a point where everyone was pretty egotistical.
Oh, they were. and there was a really clear path back in the day of how you got somewhere. So there was a clear path of write some great songs, have a great act, get an A&R guy to see you, get signed to a major label, and then they hopefully get you on radio. And then that was the medium of which all the people heard you. Then you had, you know, greater fan base and greater gigs. That path now is quite unknown. No one knows what the path is now. Whether you're a heritage band like us or even a young guy that is putting out a young band, hopefully, that's still putting out good music. They're competing now with thousands of others daily that get released worldwide. No one's got the time to listen to everything.
No.
So how do you decipher what is great, what is average, what is crap? And then how do you rise to the surface above that? The obvious thing right now is clickbait and, you know, show your boobs or whatever it might be.
Yep.
But
It didn't work for me, Sean.
No, it didn't work for me either. I put my nipple, I even squeezed my nipples and no one listened.
Would you be a double D or what are you?
I'm actually fairly flat-chested for a big fella. I don't have man boobs.
It's all slipped out here for him.
It landed here.
And before we go to the break, we're talking breasts here on Heavy. And
Man breasts.
man boobs, okay.
Now, we love you guys and we love talking to you, but there's going to be people out there in the heavy universe that are saying, like, why the fuck do they keep talking to this guy? So we're going to have to swing it around to a heavy question for you, mate.
Go for it.
Limp Bizkit named an album after you guys, Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavoured water. Like, have you seen any royalties from that yet?
Not at all. And you know, it's quite funny. There's been so many times I've thought about contacting them and with a cease and desist, right? And I thought, do I do that? I mean, obviously to get media, right? It'd definitely get media.
That'll work for you.
If Mr. Chocolate went out there and, you know...
We'll sponsor you. Heavy will sponsor you.
Went to the biscuit, I love it. But then, you know, we are completely different bands. I did notice that there is a Limp Bizkit tribute band now called Chocolate Starfish.
Oh,
who may actually be getting a phone call.
Oh, that's a bit
We got the exclusive.
You got the exclusive right now. Or I might just let them die on their own sword, and who knows, right? As they said on, was it Highlander? There can only be one.
Jimmy, you can hit him with the supergroup question before we go.
The supergroup question. All right, last question we've asked everyone here. If you can put together a supergroup with all the artists here,
Yep.
who's your vocalist, who's your guitarist,
You
bass
can't be in
player,
it either.
drummer?
I can't be in it.
No,
All right.
no one from your band can be in it.
All right. Ooh, so it's going to be a dual vocalist. It's going to be Fanny Lumsden and Jon Stevens are going to be dual vocalists because they're completely different and a bit quirky. You want all the instruments, do you?
Yeah, guitar, bass, drums.
All right.
If you can think of them.
No Chocolate Starfish people can be in it?
Nope.
No.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so on guitar would be Tim Henwood, who writes all the stuff with us with Chocolate Starfish, because he's a gun and he plays with Jon Stevens. On bass would have to be... Ooh, look, I would probably give that to... let me see. On bass would have to be Mr. Owen from Living End. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. On guitar would have to be Jack Howson because he was in my very first band.
Isn't he a legend?
He's a great man. And on keyboard, jeez. Well, I reckon Sarah McLeod could slip in there as a key because she does play good piano.
Yeah,
she
right.
could slip in there as a pianist / great vocalist,
Very
right?
nice.
Who
Very
could
nice.
just step
So
up to
three
the
vocalists
plate.
in the band.
There you go, we've got another question for
That's
her
exactly
in a couple
right.
of hours.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. And she'll say, I want to be up the front. No one puts baby in the corner.
Did we get a drummer?
Oh, do we get a drummer?
drummer.
Look, geez, the drummer. It's actually a bit of a split between Gordo, who is in the house band here. He's an absolute gun, and my mum. Oh, geez, was Watto playing with?
It was, I think, yeah.
Yeah, Watto was playing with James Rain.
Yep.
Watto is probably my
And
other.
you've got to
my
name
other
the band
call.
now, brother. This is the hard part.
Now we're going to name the band. The band would be the Jimmy Chocolate All Sorts.
Yes. Done.
That is gold.
Always thinking, people, always thinking.
Now, before we do go, mate, we'll just let everyone else out there know that the 30th anniversary tour has still got shows in Perth, Sale, Warragul, Warrnambool, Albury, Swan Hill, Hersham, Cairns, South Bank, Frankston, finishes in Geelong on October 12. So get yourselves along. It is a great show, guys. Tickets can be bought from
chocolatestarfish.com.au. Let me start that again, chocolatestarfish.com.au, or at the venues.
Fantastic.
And it's been a pleasure.
Thanks for your time, Adam.
Always a pleasure, brother. We'll
Always
see you next
pleasure.
time, mate.
Shall we just heavily go out? I'll put this microphone where it belongs. Shall we just hold hands one last
One
time?
more.
On the count of 3, om.
Legendary, brother.